Namashivaya children, welcome to the class 7th history. In the earlier class, we studied about the prashastis and land grants and also the war that was done for the collection of wealth. Today, we shall continue the lesson. Here, we shall learn about some of the kings' improvement that they did in their kingdom. One of the kings or kingdom is about the Cholas. Let us take a closer look at the Cholas. From Urayur to Tanjavur, their kingdom was there. Here, Vijayalaya was one of the Cholas who was from Urayur. He captured the Kaveri delta, which is there, means that region near the river Kaveri, which was under the control of Muttarayar. Okay, he was the subordinate to the Pallava kings of Kanchipuram in the middle of the 9th century. He built the town of Tanjavur and also he built a temple for goddess Nishumbha Sudeni. Nishumbha Sudeni and that temple. Okay, his successors extended the empire and included the regions under the Pallavas and the Pandyas too. Rajaraja Chola, another ruler of this kingdom, is considered the greatest Chola ruler and ascended the throne in 985 circa, and he reorganized the administration of the kingdom. Rajaraja first was the most powerful Chola ruler of 985, and his son Rajendra the first, he after his father's death, he even raided the Ganga Valley, Sri Lanka and countries of Southeast Asia, developed a navy for his expeditions. Big temples at Tanjavur and Gangaikonda Cholapuram were built by Rajaraja and Rajendra the First. You can see here there is a Chola bronze image. So Chola bronze images were considered the finest in the world. Coming to their agriculture and irrigation, the Kaveri river breaks into many channels before emptying itself into the Bay of Bengal. These branches or channels were flooded by rains and the rivers deposited fertile soil on the banks, which in turn was helpful for the people to do agriculture in this region. By the 5th and 6th century, large-scale cultivation started in the Kaveri Valley, such as forests were cleared. They used to clear the forest because they had to do agriculture, and they used to level the land for creating and making it more cultivable land. In the delta region, embankments were built to prevent flooding and canals, and they were constructed to carry water to the fields where they were doing agriculture. Apart from this, they started artificial irrigation with the construction of wells and water tanks. So this is about the agriculture and irrigation. In the next class, we shall study more about the administration and all. Looking at the land on which they were doing agriculture, there are different names that are found in the inscription. When I will pronounce it for you, Vellanvagai. Vellanvagai was the land of non-peasant proprietors. Then Brahmadeya, it was land gifted to the Brahmanas. Then Shalabhoga, it was the land that was used for the maintenance of school. Then Devadana, that land was gifted to temples. Then Palichanandam, it was land donated to Jaina institutions. So these are the types of land which are mentioned in the Chola inscriptions. Now, after agriculture and irrigation, we shall see how they did their administration in the next class. Namah Shivaya, children.